Hello friends, and welcome back to My Hobby Home. My name is Kathy. Thank you for joining me today. Today is just a catch up, or an update rather. Might as well be the same thing. I want to catch you guys up on what I've been doing. So this last week, we know that Tuesday I did not have a video come out just because I've been trying to listen to my body tell me to slow down. Well, that's not all it is. This week, I did go to the doctor. I had a lot of blood work done, and they have found the medication that I'm taking for my diabetes is no longer working, or I'm having to increase it. So we're working on that now, and also, we found out that my D3 is low. That's not unusual this time of year, so that's easy to remedy. So, everything else, perfect. So, yay me. Good kidney function, good liver function, thyroid's working great. I mean, literally, my numbers, or they give you a green area. Mine is sitting like slap dab in the middle of it. What else is there on that? I'm still exhausted though. I know it's going to take a little while. They have told me that I could be having the exhaustion because of my blood sugar being up like it is. And I'll go in and tell you guys what it is, because this way there's no guesswork. And I know there's so many YouTubers out there that just put, you know, feelers out there, it seems like, and they don't tell you everything that's going on. I'm one of these. I am an open book, almost like I live in a glass house, but it's not. I do protect some things, my grandchildren and my children and my family, most especially. I protect them at all costs, pretty much. But my A1C came back at 8.8. That is extremely high for me. It's never been that high. I think my highest was like a 7 point something. And I'm thinking that's what it was. I don't know. It could have been higher than that, and I didn't know it. But what I am aware of was like a 7.6, I think. So 8.8 is very terrifying to me, because I know people that are diabetics currently, and I have had family members that were diabetics that actually lost limbs. So, you know, we're not wanting to go there. So I'm going to take care of it. And I will be bringing my cooking videos back. Like I said, I have some ready for y'all, but I have not edited them. My quilting has taken precedence. But I will try to be bringing you guys along for some. In the 2 videos I have right now, I may scratch because I wasn't really pleased with it. And I'm trying to modify the recipe to how I like it. So I'll bring you guys along for it. But let's get on to what we have done this week in the sewing quilting arena. So every Wednesday, I have a Whip It Wednesday, is where I pull out a work in progress and I work on it. Currently, the work in progress that I am working on, which I may start varying this up. I may not do the same one every Wednesday. But right now I am. I really want to get this quilt done. This is the Aria and Ava Merry Christmas. It was in the 2024 Bella Rose Advent box. It was their main project. This is the project that they gave you all the fabric for and the pattern, and we are getting it done. We have been on Clue 8, I think, 3 or 4 weeks now. It's according to however many rows we have here. Let's see, that's 1 row. I'm getting about a row done a week. And I wanted to have some spare sewing time, and I have not had that, because when I've had spare time, I've napped. So it looks like we've been on this for 4 weeks now. And it is a beautiful pattern. It is going to be absolutely a gorgeous tree. It is a Christmas tree that says Merry Christmas beside it. So I am still working on this. We are working on getting this one done. We have a lot of the pieces already sewn together. It's like you do it in segments where like you have these star blocks that you sew all the star blocks at one time. So it's like I have all of the blocks done. Right now I'm just assembling everything I've done into the quilt. So we're still working on this. I will be doing this again this upcoming Wednesday. I'm hoping to get the whole tree just put together. Normally, y'all, I start with my finishes, but we'll talk about my finish in a minute. So that minute is already here. This is my finish right here. This is our trip around the block. It is the Creative Notions August 2025 subscription box main project. This is a Carol Thielen pattern. I do have the link down in the description. When you click on the link, it's going to look like it's only 4 fabrics, but you scroll down, the second page has the 5 fabrics. So we are doing the 5 fabric trip around the block. This is it completed behind me right here. It is a beautiful quilt. It is from my ceiling to my floor. It is probably like 2 inches below my ceiling, and it is even on my floor. It is touching my floor. Let me see. It's approximately a 59 by 77 finished. So we are finished with this. I do not have another sew along Saturday going on yet, but I probably won't do a sew along in November or December. In November, I am going to be preparing for Christmas gifts for friends and family. So y'all come along and watch. I'll bring y'all along. My friends and family, if they see it, they don't know which one they're getting. So, but y'all just come along with me and I'll show you what we're doing. The next thing that we completed this week was our Fat Quarter Shops flowering. Guys, this is, I have to say, I loved the pressed flowers. I loved that one. That was the very first one I got in on. The Peaceful Baskets, I'm still working on, well, I'm not actually working on those. They're still here. I will work on them eventually. But this is the What's Up Buttercup. That is the name of this block. I really do like this sew along or quilt along. It's called a quilt along because it's going to turn into a quilt. But this is the 2025 quilt along that they have going on. I'm loving this. I love the colors they're using. They are using a... I will have it at the tip of my tongue who the creator, the colors is from. Camille Ross Kelly. I was fixing to grab the pattern here, but I thought about it. Camille Ross Kelly. I am using some Camille Ross Kelly fabrics, but it is not the fabric line that they are using in the quilt along. I'm really enjoying this. I am smashing my stash. I'm using up whatever I have. That has kind of been my goal for 2025 is to not purchase fabric kits because I want to use up what I have in my stash. So friends, there we go. This is our October box. This is our October 2025 Fat Quarter Shop Sew Sampler Flowering Block. And last but not least, the thing that we have been working on for way too long, I'm going to have to clean it up. Last night, I did not notice it, but I had shut my kitty cat up in my sewing room, and he decided to lay on my fabrics. So this, I have all 7 of my orange pumpkins completed. I am so happy about that. I didn't think I was ever going to get those pumpkins completed. But now, I know how I need to sew this, and how when I cut my pieces out, the first thing I'm going to do is start sewing 2 pieces at a time together. I'm going to make individual little things so then I can lay them out and I can start just sew them all at one time. It took me less than an hour to sew 4 of the orange pumpkins, when before it was taking me an hour to sew 1. So now I know how to do it. We're going to chain stitch it. We're going to cut all the pieces out. We're going to have one session where we're doing half square triangles, getting them all trimmed up, or I may get those done beforehand, because y'all know half square triangles, they take a lot of time because you have to trim them. So with my half square triangles, I may go ahead and do those, but if I don't, I'm going to be working on getting my individual pieces done and ready to start making units. So that is the last project that we worked this week. That was our Sunday sampler sew along, or I don't know what we're going to call it. Let's just call it our Sunday sampler sew along, because what that is, it's just something kind of new. I may not continue it for a long time because I may run out of sew samplers. I do have a lot of them though. I will pull a Fat Quarter Shop sampler box, and I'll just pull one. It doesn't matter what it is. I will have to pull it in advance, because if it's a table runner, I will most likely opt to do the alternate pattern. Not that I'm going to keep the pattern or the quilt once I've made it. And with that in mind, guys, I am going to start selling quilts that I have made. I have some that are just quilt tops, and I've not yet decided on the quilts, because to me that's a lot of money. I am willing to sell my quilt tops, but if you want it quilted all the way, I will do it. This may be when I may sell the trip around the block, because this really isn't colors that I would gear towards. I would probably make this darker. I love light colors, but I love my darker colors as well. So I may sell this quilt top. I'm not sure. I may even sell the pumpkin sitting one and do it in different colors, because I love the pumpkins, but I'm not crazy about the fabric. I think the fabric is cute, but I don't do Halloween. I don't do ghosts. I don't do skeletons. I don't do those things. Now, the orange and the black, I think is pretty. That's a pretty fallish, would be pretty fall, but this is all like Halloween fabric. And I don't do Halloween fabric because it's just one day a year. I want something that I can put out for a full season. So, that being said, the pumpkin sitting quilt top will possibly be up for sale as well. And one Sunday, I may do a destash, and I will include quilt tops and things like that I'm willing to sell. Even quilts that are 100% quilted. I will include those in that destash as well. And that destash will most likely be done before December the 1st, because I really need to start gathering things. So guys, if I'm going to have a week that I just shut down everything and start going through, I will let y'all know in my updates. You know, check out old videos, catch up old videos. I mean, if you want a good laugh, go back to the beginning and see, my goodness, it was... I was terrified of the camera. I'm not so much now, but I could chit-chat the bark off a tree. So y'all know that, huh? But that is what we have done. Now, I did get 2 quilts from the long armor that I have had sitting here the longest time, waiting on me to bind, and I just carried it back to my long armor, and can y'all please bind this? They did a fabulous job, and I love it. That's one more thing that I'm trying to realize. If it's something I don't have the time to do because I want to bring you guys a video daily, then I need to outsource that to people that know how to do it, because I struggle binding a quilt. This is the length of my table right here. Yes, I have a little bit more room to here, but past there, there's no more room. It's floor. So I've just outsourced that to the ladies at the quilt shop. And if you're interested in long arming or having someone long arm trim and bind your quilt, contact Miss Ava over at Stitched in Faith. Her number is down in the description of every video that I do. I don't know that I'll include it in my cooking videos that I do, but every sewing video, her information is down there, because they are fabulous. Those women are very helpful. They're there to help you make your life easier with your quilts. Now, being that I'm coming up close to Christmas, as I said, in November, I will start doing like Christmas items for gifts. I know it's kind of late to be doing that if you decide you want to do one of them for Christmas this year. But if you're like me, my family's not getting together until after New Year's. My children we're probably not having our Christmas until after New Year's, just because they can't get off work, and we're going to try to do it when everyone is off work. That's the goal. So I want all my family to be able to be together. And my dad and my stepmom, they go on Christmas Day. And that's the only day during the week that my daughter-in-law would be able to be off around Christmas. That, everyone would be off. We can't do it on Christmas Day, though, because they go to my aunt's house, or my stepmom's sister's house. So I will be doing Christmas late. So actually, me doing it in November is kind of like doing it in October. But let me show you these two quilts that I have received back. Now, I am not going to unfold this whole thing, but y'all will be able to see which quilt it is here. This is the Woodruff. I will undo it enough to where you can see. We did this binding here on it, and this pretty X and O green and red binding. This is the border. I'm sorry, I said binding. This is the border, the binding, and then the back is the gray and with red and white polka dots. I might have already shown this to you quilted, but they went on and got it bound for me. And this here is my bed quilt for Christmas. So I'm excited to get to use this quilt this year for Christmas. I'm not getting it pulled all the way back up here, but that's okay, I guess. But I'm really excited about this quilt. I'm probably actually going to go and take when I wash my sheets this weekend, I'm probably going to put this on there. And my daughter's going to be going, Mom, it's not even Thanksgiving yet. Not even Halloween yet either, is it? But it has kind of been a running thing here with my kids and my family, because I've left my Christmas up all year round, all year. This year, I still have Christmas up. But this next quilt here, I love this. In fact, can you see this has got like jingle bells on it. Love that. And friends, this is my piece of cake. I had to just find a fabric that I could do to put around this one. And I had some of the like the background squares that I used in the Woodruff, the gray and the white. I had some of that left, and I used it. I smashed my stash for that binding. So I was really excited about that. So I have 2 Christmas quilts here that will be ready for Christmas this year. And I'm so excited about getting to use these now. So let's get into what we are about to be doing this upcoming week. The main goal for me this week is not necessarily sewing related. I am going to be working on my Whip It Wednesday. I do want to work on that Merry Christmas quilt because I want to get that done before my new box arrives. But I'm also going to be doing an unboxing and stuffing of the bags of love. I'm only going to pull out a few at a time to stuff. So if I don't pull out all 50 at the same time, please don't worry. I do have enough to handle what I am doing. So I'm just going to bring what I can handle right here in this area right now. And I don't have everything yet that I want to put in the bags. So I don't want to overload myself with all the bags until I can stuff all of them with everything. But I will stuff the bags what I have right now. Let's see. So we have our Merry Christmas quilt, our bags of love. Description of bags of love will be down in the description here for you to see what it is, what I'm talking about when I say bags of love. If you would like to contribute, I do have a wish list down in the description. I also have a PayPal account that you can donate to if you want to monetarily. I have had people that have been making the bags and sending them to me, which I truly greatly appreciate. I have had people that have sent me fabrics, and I am beyond stunned at the generosity of the community, and I truly, truly appreciate it. And I know these women that receive these bags are also going to appreciate it. So I'm trying to think what else I have. I do have another recipe I am going to be trying out this week. If it's a good one, y'all will see it. I've had some really bad ones that I've been trying, y'all, and I'm just like, they're Instant Pot recipes. And I don't like dry chicken. I don't like mushy food. I like it to be just like it would be if I put it in the oven. But I am going to be trying sweet potatoes in the Instant Pot this week, though. I have done baked potatoes, and I really like baked potatoes. I've done boiled eggs, hard-boiled eggs in the Instant Pot. Love them. I will not do them any other way. I literally had one of them little egg things that you put your eggs in and put a little water in, and it's supposed to make hard-boiled eggs. I got rid of that thing, and so all I use now is my Instant Pot. I do have the 7.5 quart Instant Pot Rio Wide Plus. Now, for the Instant Pot, I have been asked about decreasing the liquid. I am not going to say decrease the liquid. Look at your Instant Pot manual, and it should tell you the amount of liquid required to bring your Instant Pot to pressure. I would say never go below that amount. That is the minimum amount required to bring it to pressure, and I don't want to risk that. I mean, I am always going to put the amount that my pot says is needed because I don't want to damage my pot, because those things are an investment to some people. I think I paid right between $250 and $300 for mine, and I'm not sponsored by Instant Pot. I am not. I had never had an Instant Pot. I was a holdout on an Instant Pot. I was like, I'm a Ninja Foodie person. I love my Ninja Foodie. I had all of it. I had all the Ninja stuff. Except for like the blender, and I have a Pampered Chef blender that cooks for me, so I'm not going to mess with that. I'm going to keep that one. But I was a holdout. I'm like, there's nothing that Instant Pot can do that my Ninja can't do. Well, my Ninja just took up too much room. Now, that Instant Pot, it takes a lot of room up too. But my Ninja had too many pieces. I had too many lids for it because it would be a slow cooker or a pressure cooker. And it had a crisper lid, and it was so many things that I couldn't I don't have enough space for all the things. So I'm doing a lot of Instant Pots right now because I need to be able to come in, put it in there, you know, fix it, and then put it in there, because 9 times out of 10, what I am going to have done is put meat or something in the fridge to marinate or whatever. And then I'm going to, when I come in from work, I'll put it in there and cut it on. I've got 30 minutes to wait, you know, which technically could be up to 50 minutes with it bringing to pressure. But when I come in, I have things I have to do anyway first. I have animals to tend to and all the things. But long story short, I've made that a really long story, hadn't I? I want to find some recipes that I can cook in the Instant Pot, so that way I'm not messing all these dishes up in my kitchen. So that being said, I need to get my kitchen back in order, because it's still in disarray from where they brought the new appliances in, and me just being plumb lazy. Well, I say lazy, but then again, in the back of my head, it's like, no, you're exhausted. It's not lazy, it's exhaustion. That's no thing you can help. Literally, it took everything I had to get out of bed this morning and get dressed. It took everything I had to do that. And still right now, my body is saying, you need a Coke. You need something to help you go. You need caffeine. You need something. And I'm keep going, no, I can't have that. But you know, it is a real thing. It's a real struggle that I'm having to deal with right now. It's just getting up and putting one foot in front of the other some days is so hard. I'm just so exhausted. But I know once I get that A1C down and that D3 up, then I should be better. I'm hoping it's gone. It should be, I hope. But we're going to see. We're going to see. And I'm just trying to think here. You know, I've told you the pumpkin sitting, the bags of love, then the Merry Christmas. So those are the 3 quilt things I'm doing. I hope to be pulling my embroidery module out some. I may just put you guys on the embroidery module with some music, and because that way I can be doing other things while I'm doing that. I love the embroidery thing, but I have a pillow that I have seen online that I want to do for Christmas. So that is going to be, I have a lot of research I'm having to do right now, which is tying in, you know, it's cutting into my time for sewing, but it's going to be fun once I get it all done and I can be making these things. So I hope y'all come along with me. So friends, that's what I've been up to this week. I've been researching, cleaning, doing all the things. I've finally decided on Monday when my daughter comes to do my floors. I can't record while she's here because my grandbaby's here. So I have already decided on Mondays, that's going to be my laundry day. Because she's going to be cleaning. I'm going to be having a grandbaby. And he's fine playing around me while I'm doing laundry. So I don't take other precious time away doing laundry. But friends, thank you so much for joining me and listening to me chit chat and tell you what I've got going on and what I hope to be doing in the future. Right now, we're about to wrap up 2025, and I want to wrap up as many projects as I can. And I will keep you guys posted on that destash with quilt tops and quilts and fabrics and anything and everything that I can destash out of my sewing room to bring it down just a little bit more. I will keep y'all posted on that. So give me a thumbs up. If you have not yet subscribed, please do. Feel free to leave a comment and tell me what you think. I do try to respond to each and every comment personally. And as always, until I see you again, I hope you have a very blessed day. Bye, guys.